In today's video, it's time for the Pandora key number 7 against the Pandora 3D. Welcome to the Wiki Gamer and Collector. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. And in today's video we are going to do a little bit of a side-by-side comparison with the Pandora key. Yeah, it's not a glitch in the Matrix, people. No, this is actually the same casing. But nevertheless, we're going to do this comparison with the Pandora key number 7 against the Pandora 3D. We're going to do a little bit of side-by-side comparison. What are the differences? What are the specification differences? And yeah, the casing is exactly the same, but the casing is not the point because the sellers are choosing their own cases, their own design, even their own buttons. So keep that one in mind. We're just going to focus on, let's say, the menu, what kind of signal output and that kind of stuff. So stay tuned and let's go. Alright people, let's take a close look at the Pandora key 2019 model. There are two differences, by the way. I did a separate review about it, check it out if you want. But let's focus on this main board. It's just a basic octa-core CPU that is powered in this main board. It has a CF slot or a little SD slot, which you can see here. It comes with a mono speaker and an RGB LED strip. Alright, let's take a close look at the main board of the Pandora 3D. And what you can see here, there are some small differences. For example, the position of the CPU is totally different. We're having here a CF slot like the other version, but this is also on a different position. So they're using a copper cooling element for the fan. So they did some swapping around if it comes to the layout of the PCB board. So it is not this case that we're having the same main board. They just did a little bit of a software update and that's it. No, they did actually use a complete new PCB board. So the CPU color is different, and like the previous models, it's having one or maybe the same mono speaker, and of course we're having here an RGB LED strip. So let's take a close look at the main menu, and what you can see here, for the people new to the channel, this is what we're going to get. Personally, I really love the Pandora Box 6 layout, but nevertheless, this is what we're going to get. We're having 3D games, 2D games, and the latest. And the latest is just an extra menu. You can see what are the games you have played for the last couple of times. So there's no search engine, there is no alphabetic order, so it's one big crazy mess. So let's take a close look at the 3D Pandora. The layout is a little bit more of the same. Don't get confused with the background because you can just easily swap it out. But we're having here a search engine, and this is something new through the Pandora key systems. And this is something that is a little bit broken. I just need to point it out. Maybe in the future, seeing this video, they fixed it. But the search engine, it works, but it only works for the two-dimensional games. So if you're having, let's say, 100 3D games, keep in mind, when searching, it doesn't work at all. So that's personally what I think is a really big bummer. So let's talk about the games and how are they running. I am not going to do a comparison because it's totally useless. If you look at the game support, if you look at the way how the games are playing, exactly the same. So it's maybe a different mainboard, but if you look at the emulation, it's basically the same, and it also has basically the same problems. If you look at Mortal Kombat 1, I'm having this idea, the game is not running very well. If you look at the Pandora Box 6, it plays the Mortal Kombat game, arcade game, really nice, but still the Pandora 3D, I have noticed a little bit that it's a little bit choppy. So and the same goes for Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. It plays good, but overall, I have seen better. Alright, for the final conclusion about the Pandora key number 7 and the Pandora 3D. If you look at the main menu, it's almost the same. They're almost identical. The 3D version has, let's say, in search, so that's really awesome, but it's not perfect because it's not searching for the 3D games. Maybe they will fix it in the future. I already spoken to the person who, selling these, and he's going to, they're going to report this bug to the engineering. So I'm hoping in the future they fix it, so the search engine is working perfectly. But nevertheless, I have the idea it has more support for, let's say, Sega and that kind of games, because the 3D was already preloaded with some emulators for the Sega, so that's pretty damn awesome. So, and overall, if you're searching for a Key 7 or the 3D is a little bit of an upgrade of the Key 7. Specifications to the main board are almost identical, but so this is what you're going to get. Let me know what you think of this. I really love to know. Well, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the little bell. And if you're into gaming, check out the gaming channel. See you next time.